my dear friends, welcome to Series English. My name is Antonia, and today we are going to touch upon English tenses once again. We have already talked about the difference between present simple and present continuous, as well as the difference between present perfect and past simple. Today we're going to focus on three tenses: present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. A lot of my students asked to make such a video, and here we go. First of all, present continuous is used when we talk about actions which are happening right now. So right now I am talking. Right now I am teaching. Right now I am shooting a video. Or let's say that, wait a sec. Der Lift bringt mich mit Schallgeschwindigkeit ins oberste Stockwerk. I am reading 50 Shades of Grey in German. Right now, I am doing it. So, we are talking about things which are happening right now, in this moment. Or we can also talk about things which are happening around this time. For example, I am reading 50 Shades of Grey in German. It doesn't mean that I'm reading right now. I'm not reading, right? I'm standing in front of you and speaking. I'm not reading. But I'm in the process of reading the book, and I'm not reading it right now, but I'm reading it in the period of time around now. So I can say I am reading this book. It's interesting. It's possible. So we focus on the action which is in progress. So it is happening right now or around now. This is present continuous. Now let's talk about present perfect. Und gebe mich ungeniert meinem Schmerz hin. I have read 50 Shades of Grey in German. I've read the book. I have just finished. So when we use present perfect, we talk about finished actions. The actions, the results of which we can witness, we can see, we can demonstrate the results. So I've read the book, I know the content, you can ask me questions, I can tell you about my opinion of this whole book. So I have read it. This is present perfect. We talk about finished actions, and mainly we focus on the result. For example, I have bought a car. Here it is. Take a look. I've bought it. I'm happy. I have the result. I've done it recently, not so long ago, in the period of time which is not finished yet, like today, this week, this year. So we talk about the period of time which is not finished. Then we usually use present perfect, and we talk about finished actions, the results of which are clear, visible, obvious. And now present perfect continuous, the most complicated tense in the English language. So actually it has some properties of the continuous action and the perfect action. Continuous tense and perfect tense. Because here we talk about the action which has been going on for some time. So it's we talk about continuation, but at the same time we talk about the action being finished. For example, I have been running. I mean that I was running for some time. I mean I was in the process of running, and at the same time I have stopped. Right now I am not running. However, we do not say I have run because we do not focus on the result. We can say I have run 10 kilometers. We have the result. How much, how many times. How much have I run? I have run 10 kilometers. Wow. So, when we talk about the result, we need to use present perfect. When we talk about the action which is going on right now, we use present continuous. But when we talk about the action which has been going on for some time and has just finished, we use present perfect continuous. So, I was running, and then I stopped. So, I have been running. When we talk about present continuous, we can also underline the duration of the process. So, for example, you can say, I have been running for 3 hours. Notice the difference. I have run 10 kilometers and I have been running for an hour. When we talk about the duration, how long this activity was going on, then we use present perfect continuous. But when we talk about the result, how much I have run, or how many books I have read, or how many pages, how many, I don't know, pieces of clothes I have bought, we use present perfect because we have the result, the sentences, the pages, the books, the items of clothes, and so on. So the question for present perfect is how much, how many, what? And the question for present perfect continuous is how long? Moreover, a couple of words which might help. With present perfect, we usually use such words as ever or never. For example, I have never skydived. Have you? Or you can ask a question. Have you ever eaten a frog? I haven't. So, and for present perfect continuous, the typical words are since, for 4 hours, for 5 hours, because we talk about duration. Yeah? So the preposition for or during are very common here. Since as well. By the way, notice that when we use present perfect continuous, we do not only talk about actions which have been going on for some time and finished at a particular period of time, right now. We can also talk about actions which started some time ago and are still happening. So, I have been studying English since I was 12. So this action is still going on. It is still in progress. But we know the time when it started, since I was 12. So when we talk about such actions, when we know the period of time, when we know when it started and we know that it is still going on, we also use present perfect continuous. So here we should remember 2 cases. The action is going on for some time and then it stops right before we talk about it. We use present perfect continuous. Or we know when the action started and it is still going on. I have been studying English. I am still studying. I do not know it 100%. There are still words which I do not know, some spheres which I haven't covered yet. So I'm still studying, but I know when I started. That's why we can use present perfect continuous. So I have been studying English since I was 12. Or we can say I have been studying English for 16 years. Wow. So, here we should also remember that some verbs are never used in continuous tenses. So we can't use them in present continuous or in present perfect continuous. Then what should we do? So instead of using present continuous, we already know that we should use present simple. If you do not know this, you do not remember this, then watch this class. But let's talk about present perfect continuous. If we can't use the verb in present perfect continuous, then we use it in present perfect. So we just eliminate the continuous property. So, such verbs as know, understand, like, love, hate, remember, and many more. We have already talked about them. If you do not remember which verbs should be concerned here, then take a look at this class. I'll send you directly to the place where I talk about these verbs. So instead of saying, I have been knowing him for 10 years, you say, I've known him for 10 years. The process is still going on. You still know this person, of course. Logically, here we are supposed to use present perfect continuous, but we can't because know is not used in continuous tenses. That's why we use present perfect. And we say, I have known him for 10 years. However, there are two exceptional verbs here, two exceptions, mean and want. They can be used in present perfect continuous. So we can say, I've been meaning to call you. I just keep forgetting. Sorry. I know I promised to call you. I'm sorry. I've been meaning to call you. Really, truly. Okay, so I have been meaning to call you. Or I have been wanting to call you, but I am terribly busy. Have a lot on my plate for the day. Okay, now let's sum up using the diagram I have created. First of all, present continuous. We talk about an action which is in progress right now. So something is going on right now. We do not think about the start of the action, when the action has started, or when it's going to finish, or how long it has been going on. It doesn't matter for us. What's important is that now something is going on. As for present perfect, here we deal with the action which has just finished, and we have the result in present. For example, I have repaired my car. I can drive it now. And now present perfect continuous. Here we talk about two scenarios. The first one is when we know when the action started and that it is still going on. Like, I have been studying English since I was 12. And the second scenario is when we know the duration, how long this action has been going on. So for 2 hours, 2 minutes, 3 seconds, 10 years, and so on. We know the duration for how long this has been going on. Of course, here we might not mention the moment when the action has started or how long the process has been going on. We can just imply it, that the process has been going on for some time and has just finished, or that it is still happening but it has been going on for some time. When we know when the action has started, usually the action is still going on. Then we talk about present perfect continuous. But when we take a look at this scenario, the second one, when we know the duration, here it's possible that the action is still going on or it has just finished. Let's imagine a situation that I'm running and somebody calls me. I say, I have been running for an hour and I'm still running. And the second possible variant here is that I have been running and then I meet my friends and they ask me, why are you so sweaty and ugly? And I say, I have been running for an hour. No wonder I look like this.
I am working.
I am speaking on the phone.
How about tomorrow evening? Are you sure? No.
I have been speaking on the phone for almost half an hour. I am listening to music. I'm listening to music and dancing. I'm listening to music and singing along. I have been listening to music for 3 hours. I'm smiling. I'm laughing.
What have I done?
Oops, I have dropped my phone. I have sneezed.
Sorry.
I have caught a cold. I'm sick now. My nose is running. I'm running a high fever. And I am dancing again.